over to keep it down. So,
how you doing? It's me,
so far. Other than that,
not
much about
and
so
I'm sitting here. Listen,
police, what they planned on doing. Do they plan to arrest some of these folks
it's the news.
Midnight if they are camping?
After 5, it's 5:07.
Drawing a line.
They're reporting about the Occupy Wall Street demonstrations that were supposed to go on around the country. And well, here in Portland, it got really big. I mean, there's 5,000 to 6,000 people out there, marching and holding their signs and saying their little slogans and such. And they gave this little graphic of the other cities and how many people were participating at that time. And they went to Seattle. They said there was like 50 people. Somehow it doesn't sound right. They said Los Angeles had around maybe 500. This doesn't sound right. We're demonstrating against Wall Street and their greed, right? And then they're asking stuff like, well, we got to find out what they want. We got to find out why they're demonstrating. And they don't have any leadership, it seems like. I mean, there's nobody to really speak for them. See, that's the point. We don't want your leadership. We're the people. We are all leaders. Okay? Every one of us is a leader and a follower. It's not a big deal. But we're not asking for $10 million if we get fired. That's just one example of corporate greed. The HP president, who's been there for maybe a year, screws up with his funky tablet. It's a piece of crap. And so they fire him. And I guess there's a clause in his contract that says, if you fire me, I get a $10 million bonus. Excuse me? I wouldn't have hired the guy in the first place. But, of course, they hired him. I guess they didn't expect to have to fire him, huh? So now they have to pay the guy, even though they fired him for bad performance, they have to give him $10 million. If I were him, I'd be embarrassed. Not only embarrassed, I'd donate it somewhere. Not to those charities either, because they've got their own corporate greed going on. Like, for instance, United Way, the CEO of the United Way makes $500,000 a year, if not more. Why? He's a pencil pusher. And by contrast, the head of the Salvation Army here in Portland, in the Columbia Willamette area, is actually just about half of the United States. Only makes about $50,000 a year. So I give them a little bit more credit, little accolades, because that's all they need. I mean, that's all they're worth, and it's supposed to be a nonprofit organization, right? Huh. Go figure. So the United Way head of the Oregon, Portland, Oregon, Columbia Willamette Valley, makes $500,000 a year. Why? Okay. Let's see. What else is it? And that's the point. They're bringing up all these projects, and then not only that. Remember I told you earlier about the graphic showing the participation throughout the country? Well, according to this graphic and this our Channel 8 news here, which is KGW NBC, they said there was only 1,500 people participating in New York. I mean, excuse me? Have they been there? Have they put a camera on Wall Street? Because I saw thousands. And I know they're still there. It's funny. I'm just, since I'm doing this right off of my camera, and not through the website, not through YouTube or anything, I'm going to bring up a browser, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to YouTube and find that, let's search for that. Wall Street occupation, how's that? There we go, Occupy Wall Street. Well, that's the one in September 20th. I want the most recent, right? I mean, like today. I'd like to see today. I wonder if it'll go to it. Let's go to this top one.
Now, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report.
Democracy Now, they say.
Here in New York, the city
That's fine and dandy, but I want to know October. Well, it's, yeah. Oh, that is October. Let's see this. Reported on October 5th, and they're not showing the crowd. This was the 4th. Anyway, I don't need to bring it up. You all have been there. You've seen it. You know for a fact that they're hiding it. The media isn't even down there. You would think they'd have somebody like planted there and talking to the leaders. Nobody can find any because it's the people. We're all leaders. We want the corporations to we just want them to stop being so freaking greedy. There's no real economic problem. There's nothing wrong with the freaking economy here. These rich bastards just won't share. They won't share. They sit back in their huge homes or an island with billions of dollars that they have access to. They could create jobs. They could do health care for so many people. They could build houses for all the homeless. There is so much that these greedy fucks could do. But they are greedy. They don't want to share. And so they make up this crap about the economy has gone bad. And then they inflate housing prices. Then they deflate housing prices. And, then it's, Enron gets busted, with the energy thing, artificially inflating energy prices. So California has to brown out and all this blah, 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 just so Enron can make money illegitimately, illegally. I mean, it was a fraud, right? They get busted. California gets all the power they want. But do the rates go back down to the legal level? No. No, they still haven't. Did you notice? Anybody? The rates are still at the artificially inflated price. They stayed there. So is the government now committing a felony? Or, are the energies, PUC, the Public Utility Commissions and such, are they committing a felony because they're defrauding us? Wow. The price is still at the inflated price. Huh. We might have to do something about that, don't you think? And now we come to one of my favorite subjects. Two of them. Religion and politics. Oh yeah, I like to talk about them. Especially when they're mixed so finely this time. Look at the Republican ticket. It's full of delusional, superhero-worshipping cartoon characters. We have a guy that thinks creationism is real. That there's some magic dude out there, magic group, magic something they created by magic. Because, if you say, let there be light, and it appears, that's magic. Right? You can call it miracle run, but it's magic to the rational folk here and the reasonable of us. That's magic. So, we have a guy that, believes strictly in magic. That's his gig. It's a magic man. It's a superhero. I don't have to think. I don't have to understand science because it's not real. It's another religion. And that's one of the dumbest things I ever heard. Thinking science is some kind of answer to the way to live. That's always been goofy in my mind. And when I hear those arguments about science and evolution being, what the religions or whatever they talk about, again, while they're on the computer, by the way, or watching the TV, or riding a bike, or driving a car, science all around them, and they just can't, it's not real, it doesn't work. It's all mathematics. But when I hear those arguments, all I hear, really, all I hear is, I don't understand science. I don't get it. So it must be magic. That's what we hear. We don't hear you actually bringing up a real substantive argument, like there's something to it. Like it's a viable con to my pro, come on. There's no God. And if you believe in magic, you believe in magic. Just say so. Because the next guy we got, he wears magic pajamas. That's right. They're saintly. He doesn't want evil to get next to his, he wears his magic pajamas. Yeah, Mitt Romney is the moron. Mormon, I mean, yeah, Mormon. He wears, that's right, every day, all day. He has to. Yeah, the elders told him to because Moroni said so. The angel, the golden angel with the seeing stones and the secret tablet. Yeah, I know. You got to read about religion. You got to learn it. You got to know what it is and know what each religion is and the kind of tenets they have and such because they're really ridiculous. And if you don't know them, you can't ridicule them. That's all there is to it. Because the ridiculous deserves not but ridicule. And remember, well, I think Bachman and the other ones are pretty much gone and lost. They've shown their little evil, weird Westboro Baptist Church attitude. So, and Rick Perry's close to that, saying that they teach creationism in Texas along with science. No, they don't. And then you got your magic pajama. I don't think any of them are going to make it. They won't beat Obama. And unfortunately, that's all we got. Yeah, he betrayed us. I'm not going to vote for him. I'm going to write myself in. I'm a writing candidate. Gerald R. Reynolds. That's right. Just an earthling. Write me in. I'm good for it. Now, I got to go. I hope y'all like this one. I tried not to be so, well, aggressive. It's more like sarcastic, I'm trying to ridicule the ridiculous. I mean, I'm ridiculous, but I don't have to be anything else. I'm not running for president, really. Well, yes, I am. I'm a writing candidate. My name is Gerald Ralph Reynolds Newberry, hyphenated. The reason for that is, well, you'll find out in the vetting. I'll tell my whole story. I've been a criminal. I've been a drug addict. But I'm a good citizen. I'm a decent human being. And basically, I'm a liberal. Comes from the word liberty, which we were based on. So, have a good one. I gotta go. That's it for me. This is what, the 6th or 7th? I don't know. It is. Who cares? It's the 6th, of course. October. Good night. You guys have a good one. Before I go, medical. I have my card. One for the road. We'll see y'all later. Well, wait a minute. Maybe I should at least. I'm not bullshit. See? What do you think of that? That's Oregon for you. Okay. Good night, everybody. Have a good one. And please, man, let's do something about Obama because he's the only one that's going to be really being elected. Trust me. Yeah, we are not going Republican ticket. Those guys are crazy. They really are a bunch of delusional fools. The problem is Obama chose the same delusional bullshit. Actually chose it. Well, I guess I'm a Christian now. There's just something about that resurrection. I can't get my head around it. What? Yeah, that's pretty much a quote. Fool. Anyway, we'll see you later. He knows what to do. Just make them share. Nothing wrong with the economy, just make them share. It's that simple. Good night. This is the Earthling, of course. I'm just an Earthling.